congrats. I love the show. It kept me guessing. I was very stressed. Your character's in this constant state of danger. Um, how wild was it for you, all these plot twists and turns when you read the script? What was it about it that drew you in?
I think you're reading it going, like you're trying to put yourself in the same position as the audience, right? You're trying to like go, like how enjoyable will this be to watch, And with something like this, Jesus, like as you say, there's so many different elements in it, so many twists, so many times you think you've got a handle on what's happening or what the tone is or who this person is. It's like totally you're like T-boned with like different some crazy bit of information or literally T-boned in the crash. Um, so that idea of like constantly guessing and constantly feeling a little bit, as you say, a bit stressed is like exciting. And if you can maintain that for 6 hours, I thought we've really got something here. And um, luckily, I mean, it's not out in the States yet, obviously, but like luckily in UK and Ireland and Australia and everywhere it's been shown, people have been up for that ride. They've been up for like 6 hours of like trying to work out what is happening here. So it was exciting for me to read, and definitely one of the reasons I wanted to do it.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those shows where you're like, oh, it's late, but I gotta watch another episode. So I watched the whole thing in one day. Um,
Wow.
but you get into some crazy action scenes. You're getting in car crashes, you're bleeding here, you're all over the place. How did you prepare for that? Were you in the gym every day? Did your diet change? Anything like that?
Uh, no, my diet has never changed ever. I eat anything. Uh, I've I've had to be in good shape for stuff. I needed to be in good shape for this. Um, but my thing is if I'll just always eat what I want, but I'll just exercise more, and
Right.
because it was so physical, this and actually much more physical than I was even expecting it to be, and actually even just the actual physicality of being in the outback for that long, shooting so many days. It was the longest shoot of my life. It was the hardest shoot of my life, physically, mentally, everything about it. And it kind of helps to be in a good physical state for that. Um, but you know what I had because we were in the middle of nowhere. There's no gyms out there. There's no gyms in the outback. I had a set of adjustable uh, dumbbells
Okay.
and the Peloton app. And I would do 30-minute strength classes about 4 days a week with these little dumbbells, and that's all I did. And I kept myself in good. I did zero cardio for 5 months. I didn't do a run or a cycle for 5 months, but that just shows you the exhaustion of the actual
Right.
job.
I
And
was gonna
plus,
say the cardio is you doing the job.
well, that's the thing. And my character, like as you say, you're watching it stressed. Like my character is so stressed out the whole time. So I'm acting in this constant state of
Yeah.
like madness that it does. Like you think it probably that is all the cardio you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I also have to congratulate you on your Oscar nomination for Belfast. So major. Why do you think the film is resonating with so many people right now?
I just feel like a lot of people recognize that as a story. You make this movie about this small place in a small island that people think they know a little bit about, but really probably don't know that much about. And that's not an ignorance on their part. It's just like, why would they know too much about it? But actually, when people saw it, they recognized that, essentially it's about a family. And whether we like to admit it or not, or whatever, we're all from a family. Some um, more sort of structured than others, whatever. But we all recognize what family life is and what having to make big decisions within a family is like. So as a result, I think it resonated. We had people coming up from everywhere from Ghana to Haiti to Madrid to whatever, saying that that's their story.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That doesn't happen a lot, but that universality of just like
Yeah.
family life seemed to really get people.
Yeah. Well, speaking of family, the Oscar definitely goes to you as the ultimate girl dad. Tell me what is happening here. Who
Yeah.
is Jenny? What is she going through?
I haven't seen Jenny in a while, I have to say. We're out in LA at the moment, and Jenny hasn't made it here. But so Jenny's back in the UK. We might see a bit more of her. Yeah, listen, I mean, I have been, I had two sisters, two older sisters growing up. I've never been far from dress up stuff or been used as a sort of human sized doll by females in my family. And that seems to have just continued into, being a dad and having these three girls. And you've got to be up for it. I think if you're a dad of girls, like that's the crack, like that's happening. So just go with it. It's fine. Also, I play dress up for a living, so I can't be like, don't you dare put me in that, because that's I get paid to do that. So I'm open for it.
Well, your girls will thank you for it one day because
Yeah.
it's so fun. I also love this video of you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's that was that was a weird, but I was so bored moment waiting to go on a talk show. I don't know. I stand by it though. I think it's a decent Kermit impression.
Listen, I thought you did a great job, but I didn't know you had some guitar skills.
Yeah, I can play. Yeah, I can play guitar a bit. No, I'm not accomplished, but I can get by at a house party after many drinks.
I love that. Can we all after a couple drinks? I can do acrobats. I can do backflips. One thing I didn't know about you is that you came up with a lot of other young men in the business: Rob Pattinson, Andrew Garfield, Eddie Redmayne. Do you miss those days? Is there anything about those days where you guys are like struggling actors trying to figure it out? What do you miss about those days?
Well, I guess we had a certain like freedom, and that was fun, and a kind of reckless abandon of like what life was about and whatever. Now for the most part, you know, Garth and Rob don't yet, but Eddie and I, we're both fathers, and I still see a lot of those guys, but gone are the days of all of us being in LA at the same time and being unemployed together. But I tell you what's been really nice. I've seen a lot of Andrew this year because he'd been on a similar awards sort of run with Tick Tick Boom, and we've been hanging out quite a lot. And actually, just that thing of I drove down Sunset 2 weeks ago, and there was a massive poster on Sunset for Belfast, followed by a massive poster for Tick Tick Boom, followed by a massive poster of Batman. And I was just like, this is cool. I was like, lads, we've done all right. This is a good time. Um, but it's not easy now in any way, but it wasn't easy back then. It was tough. Nobody was really making it happen. And then Garth started really, oh no, Rob sort of did first. I don't know. It all worked out in the end.
It definitely worked out for you guys for sure. So, and you could mess around and your publicists probably weren't calling you. So, you
Yes.
had your fun.
Yeah. Yeah. There was nothing, there were no black stains on what we were doing. I don't think. It's all above board.